Hey guys, Jesse Dale here, and I am really excited to be talking about this because over the last 40 days, I'm on day 39 of my 40-day journey. There have been some struggles, some ruts. How do you get out of the rut? Well, let's first talk about when things are good. When you're in the peak, you're getting great experiences, you're having a good time, you're motivated, you're like, yeah, this is great. The peak feels great. That's what we all strive to be. We all strive to be in the peak. But that's not what this is about. What happens when you're in the valley? What happens when you're in the rut and you're like, what am I doing this for? Forget this. You know, nutrition, let's just order pizza, man. Forget all this. The scale's been the same. You know, my scale was all over the place. It was so frustrating. All over the place. You know, I'm sitting there killing myself on these morning runs. You know, not killing myself, actually saving my heart. But I'm on these morning runs, getting up at 6 a.m. And it's like, you know what? The scale is up 3 pounds. You know, I'm following perfectly. This is just frustrating. What gets you out of that state? Well, first off, is we got to be honest with ourselves. Are we really in a rut, or are we just in maintenance? You know, hey, it's okay to be in maintenance. It's okay. You're on a trip or a vacation or whatever. Maybe you're tracking a little bit more loosely, but you're just kind of in maintenance. You're not following the plan. You're living life, okay? That's maintenance, and that's okay to be there. It's okay to be anywhere, okay? But when we're talking about the rut, the valley, we're talking about you are following. You're not messing around. You're doing what you're supposed to do, but you're not getting what you're supposed to get back out of it. That's the rut. That's the rut I'm talking about. Like, you're doing everything right, and it still doesn't seem like it's working. So how do you get out of that? Well, there's a great quote. Gold is refined by fire. Okay? Up here is gold. What makes this happen? You ever think to yourself, what makes this happen? What gets me to peak? What gets you to peak is what you learn in the valley. What gets you to peak is overcoming the fire in the valley. You're not born gold. You know, we're kind of born in the valley. Naked, nothing to us, and we earn our way to the peak. Okay, so we're getting refined. Growth occurs. The biggest growth occurs in the valley. Let me ask you, when you're winning first place, are you growing? No, you're celebrating. You're doing what you should do. You should be celebrating, having a good time. You know, being like, I'm reaping the rewards of my efforts. But you're not growing. You got to that first place. You get to that peak by the growth that you get in the valley. Think of I'll share it with you. The worst moment of my life was in divorce. The divorce that I caused, it was the worst moment of my life, and I experienced exponential growth during that time. Exponential growth. My valley would not be where it is today. I'm sorry, my peak would not be anywhere close that it was today if I didn't have that growth that stemmed only from valleys. Valleys welcome, and if you're in the valley, you're in the rut, man, that means that you are in growth phase. All right? This valley solidifies why I'm really doing this. Like, I used to think, hey, I want to look good. We're getting ready for a cruise. I want to look good. I want to have abs for the cruise. Well, the ability to have great razor abs was taken away because I'm dealing with this water retention from whacked out hormones or whatever. So when I was in the valley, okay, not too long ago, I'm kind of still in the valley, to be frank. It's kind of like, it makes you question, why are you really doing this? Why? What is driving you to really be doing this? And you know what, the bottom line is, I want to make the very best of my health. I want to make the very best of my fitness. I want to lead as a positive example to others. I want to have the energy and the physique that God gave me the potential to have. So those whys really I'm reminded of them here in the valley, the true whys. When you're winning first place, that ain't your why. It's great. It's good to have the first place. That's a result of being in the valley and the true whys. So when you're in the valley, when you're in the diet rut, that's when you have those conversations with yourself. Hey, why am I really doing this? I'm doing this for my kids. I'm doing this to be a positive role model for others. They are all looking at me when I'm in the valley, just like they're encouraging me when I'm in the peak. when you're in the valley, that's when it's time to really solidify your belief. So that's what I don't love anything about the valleys. I can't say that. I was gonna say that's what I love about the valleys. That's just not true. I hate valleys. They stink. You know, sometimes I want to cry when I'm in the valley. But they solidify my belief. They solidify and define my why. And lastly, they're just giving me opportunities. The valleys are an opportunity to make you better. So when you're in the diet valley, you're doing everything right, okay? Just remember, this is an opportunity for you, and just remember this, okay? You know the days you wake up and you're just motivated and you're like killing it? You know, we all have those days where you just wake up motivated, who knows why, okay? Or the days where you're winning, okay? You know those days, they just kind of sporadically come. Well, you're just like those days don't last forever. Guess what else doesn't last forever? Being in the valley, being in the diet rut does not last forever. So when you're in a rut, you're kind of like, all right, I'm solidifying my why, I'm growing, I'm working through this, and I know I can't stay here forever. And I'll tell you what, it was really cool. I just got out of a nutrition rut where my weight was all over the place. I couldn't believe it. I was bloated. And this morning, I woke up and I was like, wow, 187.4. That's the lowest I've weighed on my 40-day journey. That's the lowest I've weighed. The abs, bloat is starting to subside. It's not gone. I'm not out of the valley yet. It's not gone, but I'm like, wow. Cool. So starting to climb out of the valley, and that's motivating because now you're seeing the results of your consistency, the results of your growth, your results of being like, you know what? It's not okay to be in the valley. It doesn't feel okay, but I'm okay. I'm okay because I'm going to grow out of this valley. So that's what really grows your character. You wouldn't be the person that you are today, the great person that you are today, if you didn't have a whole bunch of valleys. If you didn't already climb out of a bunch of valleys, all right? So hopefully this permeates, and hopefully the next time that you're in a valley, or if you're in a valley now, you think of some of these things, and you're like, you know what? That peak is coming. I'm gonna dig deeper into that why. I'm gonna dig deeper into why I'm doing this. I'm gonna solidify my belief, and I'm gonna continue to make this happen because that is gonna make the peak that much better. That's gonna make that peak feel like, wow, you earned it. I remember when I was in the valley, and I'm so proud of myself. I just kept going. I just kept going, even though I had hit rock bottom in that valley, and that's gonna make that peak so awesome. And then you're gonna celebrate, you know, the steps on the way. You know, like I told you, I'm still in the valley. I'm still dealing with whatever it is. But I had a big win today, a big step upward. Okay, and that's going to lead to another win tomorrow, and another win, and another win. So, hey, hopefully this helps you. If you need more help on the technical side or the motivational side, the psychological side of your nutrition plan, Jesse Dale, Macro Missionary, my wife and I we're here to help you. So however we can serve you, please message us, and we'll get things rocking. Thanks for tuning in.